My name is Scott Larson. I'm the Executive Director with the Marshfield Area Chamber of Commerce and Industry. And it's my pleasure this afternoon to be down here at the mall, Marshfield Mall, and for us to do a ribbon cutting ceremony for the Marshfield Area Pet Shelter's Microchipping location here, their clinic. So great opportunity here. On behalf of the Chamber, we want to thank the organization for being a part of the Chamber, and I want to thank those individuals that have great idea here of trying to move forward, thinking of taking care of stray animals here and how to deal with that here in the Marshfield area, which, you know, we don't have a shelter here in our area, and these group of people have taken it upon themselves to try and solve that problem, and we appreciate their efforts, and we certainly support them in that. And we certainly want to commend them and help them celebrate this microchipping clinic that they've got started here. So again, on behalf of the Chamber, we thank you very much for that support, and again, we hope that we can be of support to you as well as you continue on with your efforts. We also have some other people that will be speaking, and so on behalf of the City of Marshfield, City Administrator Steve Barg is here. Steve.
Thank you very much, Scott. It seems like a long time ago, probably a lot longer than it really was, that I got a visit in my office from Dennis Boucher and Karen Rao, and they had a vision for a pet shelter here to serve the community of Marshfield. And at that time, I focused, like probably anybody in my office would have, on simply a building, a facility for the kind of vision that they wanted to carry out. I learned over time that their plan was much more than that. Dennis has since moved on to other projects, but Karen and an amazing group of volunteers, people that I just can't say enough about, have worked tirelessly on behalf of animals, dogs and cats in this community, wanting to see pets adopted, wanting to see them taken care of, and in the case that we're talking about today, wanting to see them successfully tracked and brought back to their owners. It's an amazing and incredible commitment that they have to the well-being of pets, and I just tip my hat to them every time I think of all the work they've done. This is just one step in a process. Again, we know that they have bigger and better things that they're working toward, but it's an important step that they have this clinic here in the mall. And on behalf of the City of Marshfield, I just want to say that we're so proud of them, happy to be supportive of their activities, and we want to congratulate them on this wonderful day. Thank you.
Steve, we thank you and the efforts of the city staff, city council. I know a couple of city council members are here. I know the council's taken some action to be of assistance with the group and their efforts, so I think that's much appreciated. Up next, we're going to let Karen Rao, who is the chair of the group, say a few words about what's going on here and more about what MAPS is. Karen?
Thank you. Thanks for the kind words, Steve. Many people have been very instrumental in getting us going, and meeting with Steve and especially Gordy Earl, who has been very instrumental in getting that property secured for us for this project. He has been very supportive and tells us that he's not going to quit the council until this is built. So we need dedicated people like that. We appreciate that. Again, we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization trying to get a shelter built here for the Marshfield community. Not only do we, our passion isn't only for the stray animals that are coming into our community, but it's also the pet owners themselves that we continue to get contacted from. They're constantly reaching out to us asking for help, whether for resources to walk their dogs or to surrender their pets. There are just so many other venues for us to help this community, and it's not only about the stray animals, it's about having a humane welfare agency here that Marshfield has never had, because we're getting contacted now and we know how desperate this community is for something like this, a resource that people can call so that we can walk them through these things. I know Mackie has gotten numerous phone calls, asking for the kinds of services that they're looking for. So it is more than just building a shelter. I'm going to pass this on to Janet Gilbert. She's going to talk briefly about this microchipping clinic. This was her vision. She pushed very hard to make sure that we were fulfilling our mission in one way, and this was one of them, and she'll speak on that.
Right. Right. The microchipping is just one piece of the puzzle that we're doing. It goes far beyond the walls. So our mission really is to improve and sustain the welfare of all animals, whether they are strays or if they're from your home. And we've seen firsthand what it feels like to find a pet that's been missing for over a year because we took the effort to scan for it at an animal control facility. It absolutely works, but it's amazing how many people really don't even know about microchipping. And so our efforts going beyond the walls, doing more than just babysitting animals, we're making that effort to reunite those animals with their pets and make sure people understand what it means to be able to get your pets back when they've been lost. So that's how this started here, is to have this physical presence. We don't just chip here, though. We have a further goal is that if you can get half dozen people in your neighborhood that want their pets chipped, we'll go to their home and do it, because that's how strongly we feel about this project. So.
140 stray cats have come through our Marshfield's animal control facility since the beginning of the year. One was microchipped. Those kind of numbers are really what push us forward to make a difference in this community. Had any more of those 140 cats been microchipped, they would have been returned to their owners. Out of those 146, 6 were only returned to their owners. The rest, luckily, were saved through our Share the Care program with Clark County Humane Society. That is just one difference that we're already making. We're saving those lives of those cats. This physical location is going to present many more opportunities to us so we can fulfill that mission in generating the education that this community needs. Many people don't even know what to do when they find a lost pet, and they don't know what to do when they lose a pet. So we're hoping that this space is going to allow us to provide educational seminars and opportunities to fulfill that commitment again to this community to better serve the animal welfare of our community. I just want to thank Terry from the mall. You want to raise your hand there? We had gone to Terry probably a year ago already, and he has been so cooperative and so willing to find us a location here. He truly believes in this project, and so we thank him for being so generous to allow us this space and have this presence here in our community. Again, Janet Gilbert, who was very instrumental in starting this microchipping clinic. Brianna Spaeth, behind the camera. She's can't come up here, but she's behind the camera. She has been doing all of our marketing, all of our Facebooking. She does all our lost and found for anybody that contacts us. She has been very instrumental in our community and with this project also. Bob Keel is our handyman. Everything you saw in there was because of Bob Keel. He got up there with a vacuum and cleaned all the ceiling tiles. He replaced all the light bulbs in addition to doing all the painting that was generously donated by Sherwin-Williams here in town. They donated all the paint and the painting supplies for this great location for us. So there's many, many people to thank. We have a couple of our core volunteers over to the right here. Pat Morrison, Diane Shallow, Roxanne Willardson, Vicki Riedel, Kathy Keel, Sandy Stry, all key volunteers. Bev Ludford, one of our go-to everything person. She will do whatever it takes to see this successful. So I appreciate that everyone was here, but it takes so many more people to sustain a project of this magnitude. The other people we'd like to thank are Dr. Tallman and Teresa and Bridget, the vet techs at Wildwood Animal Hospital, who helped us get this microchipping started. They are hosting and sponsoring this with us, and we have already talked to the other vet offices in town too, who we're hoping will be on board with this to provide this service to our community. And lastly, I can't say enough about the support we've gotten from this community, the donors and the volunteers. Without you, none of this would be possible. So thank you all for coming. We really appreciate your support, and we continue to move forward for the welfare of all animals here in Marshfield.
Great. Thanks, Karen. Well, now we'll come to that point. We'll do the actual ribbon cutting. Let's get the big scissors. If I could. Let's do it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Well, we wish you all the very best in this chipping clinic in particular. I certainly wish you the best on your fundraising efforts for the pet shelter. Given the enthusiasm we're seeing here, I don't think it'll be too long before you've got enough funds to be able to undertake that building project. And again, we appreciate all the effort that you're doing here on behalf of the community and the animals within the community. So that'll conclude the actual ribbon cutting part of this ceremony, but certainly want to encourage everybody to stick around. They've got refreshments, and certainly talk to the group here, find out more about what they're doing here, and specifically what's going to be going on with the microchipping here. So again, on behalf of the Marshfield Area Chamber of Commerce and Industry, I'm Scott Larson saying thank you for attending this microchipping ribbon cutting for the Marshfield Area Pet Shelter. Thank you.
I do, because sometimes they migrate. You can give them to Beth or Brianna. Okay. Beth's reading, and it's going to tell me that she doesn't have one. Are you ready? Grab a chip. Now we're gonna scan you and make sure your numbers match. Yeah.
We have our first kitty in
Our first.
Is he done?
Hi, baby.
Oh, nice. They have a first kitty over there too.
Hi, my name is Bob Keel. This is Shadow. He's the first dog microchipped at the clinic. I'm a volunteer for the Marshfield Area Pet Shelter, and I had him chipped. This is the first dog we had chipped, and I think it's high time that we chip him so he doesn't get lost. And I did most of the work on the site out here. I'm just happy to be here. Get your pet chipped. It's worth it.